I'd like to welcome everybody here. We have several items on the agenda tonight, within the new business and in the work session. But we will also, before we get to those, we do have a couple of issues that we want to make about. So at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Henry to call our county administrator, please call the roll, and establish court.
Commissioner Gully,
Present.
Commissioner Kennemer,
Present.
Commissioner Buckner,
Present.
Commissioner McBride.
Present. We do have a quorum. But everyone will please stand. I'll ask Mr. Porter, our county attorney, to offer invocation, and Commissioner Kennemer to lead our pledge of allegiance.
God, our Father in heaven, we are so thankful for the blessings you give each and every one of us individually and as a community. And we just thank you for looking down on us and taking care of us. And thank you, God, for all the good things that are occurring in our communities and the people that are caring for other people. We're thankful for those men and women who serve us in a public way that give of their time, give of their talents to better the community. So God, we're thankful for them. We pray you'll continue to watch over us, guide us, and be with us all. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your packet is the agenda for tonight's meeting, and I'll give you to look over that. In the new business, we do have 5 items. We discussed them previously in our session meeting. And we have several items of importance that we need to discuss tonight in our work session. So with that, do I have a motion to approve the January 28, 2026 agenda?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second
We have a second. Any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. We do have, as we said, 3 presentations to make tonight. So get the commissioners to please join me. And Sheriff, if you would point us to the way. Tonight, we have the opportunity to recognize the great service of 3 of our members of our sheriff's office and our jail staff. A couple of folks who have been here 5 years, 10 years, I think. And so we want to make sure that we recognize each of them for the great service that they do for us. First, if I could get Patrol Deputy Cody Wilson. They always give me these notes, so I make sure that I do things the right way. Cody has been with us now 5 years.
Yes, sir.
And has been patrol deputy the whole time. And so we all know that is a tremendously important job that we have for the safety and welfare of the people of our county. And so Cody, we just want to say thank you for what you're doing, the job you're taking on for us. And so I want to offer you this certificate of recognition that is an appreciation for your 5 years of service to the people of Jackson County and to the sheriff's office and to the commission. And so thank you very, very much for everything.
Thank you.
Sheriff, you want to say anything?
No, Cody does a great job. He's been with us 5 years and does a wonderful job out there. Baby's here, and we're just proud to have that part of our family. Bailey, she's always been like family. So glad y'all could make it.
Yeah. Cody, thank you.
Sure.
Anthony Lance, Anthony's been with us as a patrol deputy, doing the same job, and about the same time, I gather.
Yes, sir.
Came on board, been here for 5 years, and so, Anthony, we want to say thank you for all that you're doing for the people of our county, and the importance of what you do. And so this is a certificate, let me take this off again, I thought. A certificate of recognition that is awarded to Anthony Lance for appreciation for your 5 years of dedicated service to the people of Jackson County and to the Commission and the Sheriff's Office. Anthony, thank you very much, sir. Yes, thank you. Here.
Lando's another one that gets out every day and does his job, and we never get complaints about him either. And that makes our life a lot easier. But I also serve in the military, so that service is very appreciated too. And the job you do, it's much appreciated by all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Laurel has been with us now 10 years. She's had a number of jobs. Started off as a dispatcher, did that for several months, I guess.
A little less than 2 months, and then Miss Angie named a female at the jail.
And so then I got moved to the jail. Corrections deputy. Did that for about 4 years. And since 2019 has been the office manager at the jail. And I'll tell you, she does a great job for all you folks. Because she's in every budget meeting we had, she's got to make sure we're getting it right. So Don, I want to say thank you for the great work that you're doing and taking care of everybody. And so we want to present you with a certificate of recognition, appreciation for the 10 years of service that you've given to people of our county and the commission and the jail and the sheriff's office. And so I'd like to present this certificate for you. Thank you very much.
Obviously, Dawn can't keep a job. No, seriously, she's been great everywhere she's been, and she really helps over there at the jail. She runs a little bit of everything, finances, ordering things, does a little bit of corrections deputy stuff too, and gets in fights like everybody else, just like the rest of the corrections folks. So thank you for the work you did for us.
Thank you.
Yes. Good. I don't think we have any public comments tonight, so we will move into the new business portion of the meeting. First item in new business is the adoption of the minutes from the January 12, 26 meeting and work session. The minutes are in your packet. The minutes have sent those for you to review. Do I have a motion to adopt the minutes for the January 12, 2026 meeting and work session?
I'll make that one.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any questions, discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. In our last meeting, or take that back, in a meeting that we had in early December, we asked two architecture firms to come and give us a briefing to the commission on their approach to taking on the task of doing some engineering, architectural design work for the first floor of the courthouse and in some areas of other floors as well. As we have moved a number of folks out of the courthouse, we're also looking at bringing some folks into the courthouse and some agencies into the courthouse. So we had the two firms that we had briefed the commission. We asked that they submit their contract offers to us, and they have done that. We did have a subsequent meeting, and we brought the stakeholders that will be involved with being in the courthouse, once we get everybody moved in. So that included our judicial services, judges, district attorney, circuit clerk, folks over at, juvenile court and probate, sorry, the judge of probate, also, participated. And we did a review of the contract, and we also had a discussion of the capabilities of the two firms that did come before. The recommendation of that group is to offer the contract to Bill Whitaker Architecture. They are a firm out of Anniston, Alabama. They are a smaller firm, but they do work all over the state. The kind of work we are asking to be done here in the courthouse. In the package, you have the contract. The second sheet on is the standard documentation form for architects that's used by the state. They have submitted a compliance and doing their job with the same fee structure that has been approved by the Association of County Commissioners of Alabama in a contract that established a group to do this kind of work. Mr. Whitaker participated personally along with a couple of his folks, and what they have submitted to us is their recommendation that the first phase that they do is what they're calling an architectural and engineering services summary with a programming services with a fixed not to exceed fee of $45,000. And that first phase would be a review of the existing conditions of the courthouse. Have a meetings and surveys with all the stakeholders to understand what the stakeholder needs are and what the operational requirements and what the sites are. Did do a conceptual layout of the options for the design, architectural design adjustments to the courthouse first floor and other areas. And then with that, based to conduct a cost analysis and give us a order of magnitude cost. And then lay out, next things they would do is lay out phasing options for us as we would apply construction work to the courthouse. That would take a while to do that. This would be work that they would do with a normal larger contract for the courthouse, but this would allow us to review that and then make a decision when we're satisfied with their approach, what the options are, what the design is, as well as whether or not we would be ready to proceed with the larger phase of the work. What we're doing today is really approving them for all phases, but we're also approving this first not to exceed phase of the contract. Their cost for the not to exceed phase is an amount of $45,000. Their fee for the rest of the activity that be involved in, as I said, is based upon the fee structure that was negotiated by IAC. Give you a minute to take a look. So with that, do I have a motion to approve the architectural firm for courthouse renovation and commission chairman to sign the contract? And that architectural firm recommendation is Bill Whitaker Architecture from Anniston, Alabama.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next item that was discussed in our last commission meeting in the work session is the annual Rebuild Alabama report that we are required by statute to submit annually. That report, we have a copy of that in your packet. And before we get into a vote, does any of us have any other questions of our county engineer, Jonathan Campbell? No questions. Do I have a motion to approve the 2025 County Rebuild Alabama Annual Report. We have a motion, have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the new business agenda is, Mr. Porter brought to our attention in the last commission meeting that there had been a determination by the state Attorney General regarding owners being responsible for renters' accounts. And so we had a discussion of that, and that discussion led to the decision, not a decision, but a recommendation from the county attorney that we rescind the solid waste agreement for property owners to be responsible for renters' accounts. And that had been previously approved by the county commission on December the 20th, 2023. There is in your packet the email that Mr. Porter sent to us regarding the landlord responsibility of tenant garbage bills. Do I have a motion to rescind the solid waste agreement for property owners' responsibility for renters' account, which was approved December the 20th, 2023?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next on the new business agenda, we had a discussion at our last meeting about no longer allowing renters of the dock space to live permanently on our Jackson County Park docks. We had some discussion, and agreement was made that we needed to amend the recommended motion that would include that folks who are renting dock space could stay up to 10 days within a 30-day period, but no more at the dock. And that current folks that are tenants on our dock would have up to 90 days in which to make further arrangements and be in compliance with this requirement. So those changes have been made. That change is reflected in this motion. So with that, do I have a motion to amend the current Jackson County campground and marina rules to include the following to be effective on the first day of the next month immediately following the adoption of the motion? I will read for the purpose of those that will be watching the meeting. The rental of any boat slip within the Jackson County Park Marina shall be for recreational purposes only and shall in no manner be utilized for residential purposes. Renters of recreational boat slips on any dock at the Jackson County Campground Marina shall be prohibited from maintaining their rented boat slip for residential purposes. No boat slip renter or any guest shall be allowed to live on their vessel in the marina. In accordance with existing policy, each boat slip renter must maintain a permanent residential address outside of the Jackson County Park and Marina. Living on shall mean staying overnight on the vessel while moored in the marina for more than 10 nights within a 30-day period. This policy and rule shall be applicable to and shall amend all existing recreational rental agreements. Current renters who have an existing recreational rental agreement and are in full compliance with such agreements at the time of the adoption of this motion shall have 90 days from the date of the adoption of this motion to comply with the terms of this motion. With that, do I have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. That's the last item on our new business portion of the meeting. We will now move into the work session. And first item up is courthouse and courthouse annex panic buttons, and with that, let me turn it over to our IT director, Ross.
So I'll start by, we have a panic button system that is kind of just tied into our door system, which works great for doors, but it hasn't been great for the panic button system. It requires a lot of, the dispatchers need to know how to do a lot of different things, and it's every time a computer reboots, it gets left off, and so therefore it's almost worthless. So especially when we moved everybody to the annex, we looked at some different options because they also are gonna need a panic button. We would like security, dispatch, and I think discussions have been with the city about them also having access to if a panic button pushed in the courthouse or courthouse annex, that all three of those places were alerted so that the right people could be alerted to that. So I looked at some different options, did some research. Rocky sent me one that he had seen at a conference as well. And so what you should have in your packet is a company that is my recommendation. Quote is for a number of, I don't know the exact number, but after talking to each department head, it's how many of each of them felt like they needed at each location. It's a powerful button. They can mount it somewhere, or it can be wearable. One department wanted to be able to, while this girl's on lunch, pass it to the next girl, so it's always available. So it also includes a monitoring station that will require no one to do anything other than that thing just be there. It'll be at our security downstairs on their table. We'll have one in dispatch with about a 7-8 inch screen. So they have to do nothing other than when an alert button is pushed, it will pop up, tell them where the alert is. Both of those locations have access to all of our cameras. And at that point, they can look at that camera and assess the situation. And then we'll also have a third monitoring station that will be at dispatch, a city or city police, one of the two, over there where they decide. It's all tied together. This also, since it's such a large combination, it includes the installation from that company. It works off cellular signal, so it's not reliant on anyone's Wi-Fi, anyone's internet. It doesn't touch our internet, from a security standpoint. There's some different options out there, but this was my recommendation. I'm open to y'all have any questions about it.
Okay.
We might have some different options.
So there's no hard wiring, it's just all remote, and
So the
automatically when you purchase it, then that we have it.
yeah, so they'll come in, they'll install little radios that kind of talk to each other inside their own network, but it won't be plugged into county's network and touch that whatsoever. And then the one base station at each location will talk to a cellular. It can talk to all three different platforms. So Verizon's down, it can talk to AT&T. AT&T's down, it can talk to whatever. And at that point, can alert all three of our monitoring stations of where the alert is pressed.
How quickly do you need this? Yesterday.
We do
That
not
is up
have,
to
we do
you
not
guys.
have panic buttons.
We do not have
Yeah.
judges in courthouse. The courthouse annex do not have any panic buttons right now. It's being monitored.
Was this the only company that did something like this, or why this?
It is the only company I got quotes from. There are different options that use different technologies. I'll add that. This was the only company that had that technology that didn't tie into my network that brings some security concerns up, and also is reliant that internet is 100% and that the power board is providing me internet. Rocky had sent me one that he met at a conference that uses radio, like their police radios. I don't know a lot about radios. That's why I kind of leaned this way, because if I'm the one over it, I need to know a little bit about it. I'm open to doing more research if there's some different options you want to look at.
The only pitfall that I see is the cell towers down. Is that
So if
it's
the Verizon is down, they can use a different. It can use CSN, which is Verizon. It can use AT&T, which is a different cell tower. And then there's a third one as well. So, I mean, if all three were down, yes, it wouldn't work.
Well, I mean, I'm
think
just
that's how I was
thinking
if, and I know that you guys that do the radio can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the city's on digital, county's still on analog. So I just didn't know how an alert system, how that would work with both of those radio technologies. Is again why I went with this system.
It mentions a pay now and pay later in this quote.
Pay now is pretty much just going to get us the hardware and then come and install it.
Right.
And then just like any monitoring service, there's an annual fee.
It's
And that second part is the annual fee. That's
based on the brevity of the two events. It's installed now to get the service.
Yep.
You're paying.
correct.
Okay.
That one time pay now would be a one time. Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Beacon 200, is that the button you're talking about?
The beacons are actually the radios that will be installed throughout the courthouse and throughout the annex that the button would talk to. And then that beacon would tell the home station to send the alert out.
Is that quantity enough?
Again, after talking to the department heads and we talked about it some at that meeting, the last meeting we had about different engineering. It was what I gathered everyone wanted. Yes. The courthouse has the most, the judges like to have them in their courtrooms, in their offices, they like for their secretary to have them. So that's why there's more gonna be here at the courthouse. And then I think we quoted 5 or 6 for the courthouse annex. So that would allow at least 2 for the girl behind the counter, 1 for our receptionists, and 2 could be placed wherever in back offices. That was Jeff and Victor's help with that recommendation.
Did you mention warranty on any warranty on our equipment here? And
I did not mention any warranty. The detail. I can do some more research on that too. I would, I don't want to say, I haven't read the exact words, but with an annual fee, that's pretty standard with technology that's what that goes. But I can't tell you the verbiage of that's what that's.
Any other questions? A comment, just for me to make, we had a meeting with Sheriff Hornan and Scottsboro Chief of Police, Greg Godfrey. The purpose of that meeting was particularly given the location of the courthouse annex. If there's ever a situation, we would need both departments available for response, and that's why we want to make sure that we include the city police in this system. Okay.
So is there other ways of getting other?
Yeah, there is more than I was aware of
Yeah.
different kind of panic systems and so the past 2 weeks I've a lot of researching and looking and trying to find what would fit best for us, especially in a courthouse with so many levels and layers. So some technologies would work here, some wouldn't. Again, that's why I stumbled upon this, but again, it's up to you all, however you want me to proceed. I can bring some different options, some different companies that do different things, however you guys.
I think if you like this technology, this is the type of system that you want. I wouldn't mind looking at this. I'd just like to see a couple of other quotes to go along with it instead of just having one to look at. A couple of companies.
Okay. Then we try to get some additional quotes for
Additional quotes from different companies.
Yeah.
So I don't know of any that do that technology right there, specifically using the Bluetooth beacons that transmit to cellular. But most of them are going to connect into our internet, and it can be done. There's just a couple different layers there to do it. And like I said, the third option is, like I told you, Rocky had sent that. From my understanding, it would be the same technology, except in sending it to a cell tower, it sends it to across the radio.
Basically sends it to our radio system, which would go send an alert out to everybody monitoring that radio that there's a problem at this location. We would have to purchase radios to put into their box. It's a box with a panic button on it.
But if you want, in the next 2 weeks, I can dig deeper and see if I can find that technology and see if there's more quotes on that. I haven't found that yet. That's what I was wanting to say.
One comment I've made, we have had numerous problems with the current system because it runs on the internet system. When the internet goes down, the system goes down. And so that, I would say that is a concern, but we notice that it happens to us. So I would think looking certainly at something that is not reliable, that is a more reliable system would be important.
So the internet technology that would use Wi-Fi and use the internet, if we go that route, I would recommend that we also look at a redundant secondary connection, that if the power board failed, if their internet failed to our facilities, that we could redundantly connect to, whether it be an AT&T cell tower, something to keep internet going 24/7 that we would add.
Offer we may, if we're gonna look at options of different costs, I'd like to see that we're looking at this kind of technology rather than one we lose capability, which would shut down panic buttons, which also shuts down.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not that technology in other companies. I'm saying I haven't found it yet. I can definitely dig deeper over the next 2 weeks though, and bring that to you guys.
Is everybody okay? We're trying to look, see if we can find another same technology and bring that back to the commission next meeting.
Will do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is mass notification system. We had a discussion in our last meeting. Our code red system, we are no longer operating with that. We do have a mass notification system that we have for a short while, and our EMA director, Josh, will explain. We are looking for a new option.
This is the proposal for HQE system. This is without integrating into our current outdoor warning system. This is going to be same company, but it's a separate proposal for integrating the mass notification system with our outdoor warning signs.
Everything the same, so.
Yes, sir. And that's because there is a price difference in the two. First year cost to integrate HQE systems into our outdoor warning siren system would come with a $37,122.14 cost. That's roughly $13,000 more than the price quote without integrating into the siren, and that's because our system is rather old and it's going to take $13,000 in hardware to get that to connect remotely. Right now, we have to physically be in the EOC to be able to set the outdoor warning sirens off. So our concern is if something happens, whether it's winter weather or We've had 3 tornado warnings this year with conditions that we weren't in the office for. So we remove the delay, this would allow us to get the signs off remotely without having to be in the office. So if we're out on a hazmat incident and we have severe weather coming in, we can automatically set those signs off from wherever we are.
Do you have a page number we can look at for, well,
The dispatch of the areas where a lot of signs are located can set the problem well.
Even in Bridgeport can set theirs off. Their systems are independent of ours, so their police departments have encoders. Hollywood Fire has their old siren, which is the one they used to notify their volunteer firefighters with. They set that off on their own in our direction. We have the encoder here for Scottsboro, Section, Dutton, Pittsfield, Woodville, and Paint Rock. I did not mark the page for the cost for young, I thought I did.
so state once again, I was trying to thought through without the capability to include the sirens notification.
First year cost of $23,599.02.
Okay. The annual fee, is that basically a same year fee? That's just,
It's a few $1,000s more the first year to the onboarding process and coming on board, and then year 2 drops down to $20,977.89, and it goes up, I believe, 4% every year.
okay.
With sirens, it's $37,122.14 year 1, and then that drops down to $21,133.16 in year 2.
Real quick, we do currently have alert capability. Same company as this. They are providing this for us for a short duration to cover this period when we do not have COVID. I have to make sure I'm right.
Yes, sir. They have given us access to iPods for free for the time being until we get this squared away, allowing us to send notifications for if we have a hazmat spill, we have to do evacuations. So we are covered there.
Okay. How many residents are participating right now in notifications?
12,602.
Okay. That's household stuff, basically household stuff.
Yes.
So the option for us is without siren notification, corporation, and with the sign. So let me open for this question.
We'll do the code for now. How long you have a period of time you know that we're covered for?
What they told me was it doesn't cost them to give us access to iPods. It's just setting up a vendor portal website so they give us a time.
What do we have budgeted versus what this is?
But this is what we've already paid for code red for a year.
We're
But,
at $18,033.
we're gonna have the covers. Explain, I may be wrong.
They have not offered recovery. When I spoke to you guys last time, I told you we had the tier 2 support ticket open. Still have not heard back from them. I've told them several times. There's been no answer on any of those questions. But running these concurrently will allow us time to be able to set up HQE system and onboard and let the public know. There is some benefit to this as we transition.
Okay. But at some point, we're gonna have to find another solution to the loss of coverage. They have a notification system to our residents of the county.
Is CoBred not in violation of contract?
No, because we didn't sign a contract this year because they kept promising for the last 3 to 4 years that they were gonna upgrade their systems and they refused to. So this time we went with paying for another year while we searched for other options. We didn't anticipate Code Red losing their eyeball certification through FEMA.
So basically 23.6 versus 37, and you feel like the, being able to access the sirens and set them off remotely is important. That's additional 14,000.
Far as I know, the city of Scottsboro got, well, we have 18 that are currently active. Only one in Scottsboro is down right now. That was damaged and completely torn off. They haven't replaced it yet.
Someone actually has to be in the emergency operations center to set that off.
Correct.
And that has to be like one of you. So, I mean, does someone from the dispatch come out? No one's in there. If we're not expecting, how does that work?
Right now, Mike Ashburn's on standby. He gets close to the city, or we can get one of the sheriff's dispatchers come in there. I can tell them which 2 buttons to push. I live 5 minutes away, so usually we're here, but it does concern me if we weren't here, or if we were out, Bridgeport, Bryant. It would take a considerable amount of time. That delay we get in the sheriff's office to come down, plus the 45 seconds to a minute that it takes to spool those sirens up, would cause 3 to 4 minute delay in getting those notifications down.
Okay. Any other questions? Do we want to put this on new business or further discussion session next week?
I mean, we can discuss with it being up to vote, so I think we.
New business,
We don't need
next
to-
meeting?
That's
Fine, but my recommendation.
Do we have an option that create a new business, or do we want to leave both options on, do a quick discussion in the new business?
I think you leave both options on and discuss it at new business meeting.
So so we'll put this on new business next meeting, we'll have a further discussion and then we'll take a vote. Okay.
Absolutely. And if you guys have questions in the meantime, please don't hesitate to reach out. Questions get answered. Thank you, guys.
Josh, I know you've been working hard to deal with this fact that, you may want to explain why, I'll ask you to explain why Code Red is no longer done.
Code Red is using the same platform that they've used since 2012. Their technology is aging, and they're not adapting at all to meet the needs. Right now, we're paying Code Red $18,000 essentially for push notice, energy alerts for weather, while they were our vendor access for iPods for emergency notifications. HQE is currently under contract by DoD for all the Marine bases throughout the world. Their cybersecurity is top notch, and their willingness to explore new options and integrate as a whole county solution versus just a push notification service for severe weather. It is almost unmatched compared to everything else that I've found so far.
All right, Josh, thank you very much. And I know you've been looking at this hard the last couple of several weeks. Next item on the agenda is public works. We have 2 items of discussion, County Road 17 pavement markers and the SS4A consultant selection.
Chairman, commissioners,
Stropping list, I believe it's first. It's top stropping list, but it has County Road 17. And a breakdown on there of the pavement markers. This was based on the previous request, so. What's illustrated there is a breakdown of segments of County Road 17, so. To get the entire route, it would be the addition of the cost that you see in the far right. And then the tally is at the bottom, and that would replace all of the pavement markers from State Route 35 and State Route 79.
Questions?
And we've had bus drivers and citizens reach out to me quite a bit. Can you drop that? 17 and multiple county roads just beyond 17. Have the usual fog, major fog problem. And it can't be year round. Why I brought this to our attention.
This is to add this in addition to the earlier ones we chose for striping.
That's correct.
Funding source.
Where I've recommended for the original striping districts, they recommend for this.
Recommend you put it on the for next meeting. Okay. Next item.
So the large sheet we're working on, hopefully you can see the numbers in there. Just kind of briefly on layout. I'll go through just as a quick summary where we are on this and just, you know, where we've been to get to this point. Later on in what I lay out as far as our request for proposal that was sent out, this will be a section of that and evaluation of those proposals. So more on the details of that coming later, but just a layout on this view. The criteria for evaluation on each consultant. This is the 3 that was narrowed down based on our last discussion. There's also a formula for our weighted average on how we did our math. And then the grading scale, just as a reminder that if you see a grade of 41 to 60, that is still considered good. So the request for proposals that was sent out, this was based on our last discussion, moving forward with a narrowed down selection of 3 consultants. And the proposals were sent out with a project description of the SS4A projects, including road names, the location of the projects, the segment lengths, anticipated project elements, including the clearing and grubbing that we expect in the right of way, utility relocations, culvert extensions beyond clear zones, the 2-foot paved shoulder with sloped edge, rumble strips, guardrail and guardrail end anchors, retro-reflective pavement striping, pavement resurfacing, and the new signage. So those were the elements that we anticipate will be incorporated into the safety projects. That was all detailed in this request. And as well as the projected project schedule. So we wanted to lay out our milestones in meeting this. As you recall, we are under a 5-year deadline to complete this work. So the project milestones are a critical component of this work. That was all included in the proposal, as well as the scope of service that we request from each of these consultants. That included the preliminary engineering and design services, the letting process support, FHWA reimbursement preparation, and then as part of their project deliverables are the preliminary plans, final roadway construction plans, PS&E package, engineer's estimate, environmental and NEPA documentation, utility coordination, FHWA reimbursement documentation, and then the bid phase coordination with administration support. So these are all essentially tasks that they could expect within this proposal. And the summary of the sheet that you see is essentially the proposal format that we would be doing our evaluating on. And that's the letter of commitment to Jackson County, the project approach on accomplishing this work, their staff availability, contract formats that they would present to us, and then any supplemental materials or DBE participation they would like to include. So Those were due by January 14th, and then our evaluation of those proposals are summarized on the sheet that you have in front of you. The items that we listed for evaluation are on the left-hand side with a weighted average, along with the 3 consultants that were evaluated, by Aaron and myself. And you can see those scores independently with the average at the bottom. And then at the very bottom are our recommendations in order of how we recommend to proceed.
Okay, any questions? For me, once selection is made, time to initiate work.
So we would obviously want to see a contract, and then we would still, the next phase would present that contract to the commission. So we would see fees, obviously exact fees at that stage, and know what to expect from a cost standpoint, as well as the contract and agreement. We've seen general format, but exact cost I'll be showing at this stage.
So John, let me ask you, given then that we are not approving a contract, do we need to vote to solicit a contract on the recommended?
It's really nothing to vote on until you have a contract. These are, I think, a recommendation.
So at this point, we're just asking him to get a contract for us. So
Yes.
So we just want to make sure we're compliant with QBS and Brooks Law, and that requires a selection of the consultant to then proceed with contract negotiations.
Your recommendation is?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? To proceed with this, I would recommend we set aside the rule and the selection to allow Jonathan then to go start getting contract information. Okay with that? Do I have a motion to set aside the rules?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second?
Second.
So all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. We'll have a motion to approve the recommended selection for the SS4A consultant as Kimberly Horn.
I'll make that right.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you. That's the last item that at this point, we will move to the portion of staff county administrator. Not anything else? Let me ask you, the other departments in comments, Sheriff?
Yes, I just want to make y'all aware, and I've already talked to the chairman about this. We had Monday, there were 2 signs posted on our trees in front of the courthouse, one on this side and one on this side. They were basically anti-ice posters. We responded along with the city. One of the city officers felt like it was somebody's constitutional right to post them. I told them to tear them down. It was not, it was on county property and they had no authority to do so from y'all or anybody else. So I had them removed. They're in my office if they want to come claim them. We know it was 2 females. We found them on Facebook posting them and saying that they were taken down, but they're going to put some more up. So okay, just want to make y'all aware.
Is there any punishment for posting such material on non-county property?
I can't think of anything unless they do damage to the property. It would be criminal mischief.
I mean, if you're driving a nail into a pole, that's
Yeah.
not advocated. Or whatever.
We don't mind removing signs. And listen, if they want to stand there and hold them on the street corner, I'll defend their right to do that.
Different. Right.
Okay. Well, county attorney. Okay. Now comments from the commission, District One, Commissioner Bell.
Like to give her well wishes.
Okay, District Two, Commissioner Campbell.
I think back first part of this week, there was a stat posted that the North Alabama Electric Co-op had no outages. I'm not mistaken, straighten me out on that, but I'm amazed, so kudos to them. We went through this weather this week.
District Three, Commissioner Butler.
Yes, thank you for EMA and their outstanding work to get us prepared. It was a coordinated effort. Thankfully, we didn't have to do a whole lot, but I think we were ready for whatever needed to happen. And we may have some more fun this weekend. So rest up, bundle up. But on a lot of that, which is more applicable, let's as citizens make sure that we take care of the people that are in most need. We've got warming centers that are open. They need to be staffed with volunteers. They need equipment, materials, and also anybody who is in danger of not having heat in their homes. Let's do the human thing and open our own homes. And then at the very minimum, check on people to make sure they've got what they need. This is a good time for us to be as good at humans as we can and check on the people that need to be checked on. Thank you for everybody that does that.
District Four, Commissioner McBride.
Want to echo what my fellow commissioners have said. Thank you for all the hard work, all our Jackson County employees. I had an opportunity to go by the annex building today and everything's running smooth and I heard nothing positive. And that's a testament to all the hard work that went in making that happen. Y'all be safe going home and watch the weather. And also what AJ said about checking on the older people. I mean, a lot of the older people are prideful. They're not going to ask for help. You go by there, you know, I know older people that will sit there without heat before they'll ask a neighbor for help. So not a bad idea to drop by and say, hey, just saying hi.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for all those comments. I want to add thanks for the work that was done getting ready for this cold spell that we had and the weather that we had this past weekend. Our public works crews were out in advance, treating roads, mountain roads and major minor collectors. The state was out before pre-treating their roads. And both the state and public works were back out. I think it was Monday morning, trying to, in areas where we did have snow or ice, that they were trying to work to clear those roads. So a lot of people were involved in that, and I really want to say thank you for that and taking care of the people of Jackson County. Josh, thanks for the coordination on the Warming Center. And getting that up and working and making sure, I think it was Mr. Gully that got some information from you about other options across the county that would be available. I've got that noticed out to people. So thanks for all of that. Our next meeting date is February the 9th, 2026. That will be here in this room. And so with that, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
We have a motion to have a second.
I'll second that.
Have a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to second.